this is for all of us.
It's gonna be so exciting.
I know, I'm excited.
I'm going.
Here, you pull one side, I'll pull one side.
What? That,
Oh, snap!
is this fun?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
What we got, Yang Gang?
I'll wear it. I look cool.
You look really cool.
Oh, you wear it. I got my pink hat.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got it. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
it. I got my pink hat.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for sending these to us.
YangGangPinkHat.com. Go there, check them out. Show them your support. Get you a vaporwave. Not left, not right.
And
All proceeds go to Yang2020.com. So y'all show them your support. So y'all get y'all one of these hats. What's today's video?
we'll have a link down there, just in case I didn't say that. Today we're doing a throwback video to the first time we saw Andrew Yang's feet. And it
Throwback.
was the Andrew Yang's feet. And
Throwback.
it was at the Hopkins fish fry back in May? I think it was May. And even though that's only been, what, about 2 months? You can see the improvement in his speeches, but I mean, he was still amazing then. But you can see how he's even better today than he was then.
Evolution of the Yang Gang, y'all. He's getting better. We're getting better. Picking up traction. Patreons. Patreons, thank you. We had 9 people who signed up to be Patreons. Patreon donation, or the Patreon sign up link is down below. And we said that we were going to give a special prize away for whoever signed up in the first 48 hours. Scott Stanton and you other 8, the Great 8. That's what I'm going to call y'all, the Great 8.
We kind of got to say the Great 9, to include
Well,
Scott.
Scott Stanton already knows he's great. So, hey, new article out by Scott Stanton. Check it out, medium.com today. It's very, very thorough. Very, very thorough. So, in order to make this fair, yeah, talk about a broke folk vote. We got coffee filters, uniform in size. So we're gonna try out a new segment at the beginning of these videos, and we're gonna call it shout out time. Shout outs to the Great 8 and Scott Stanton's for being our first Patreon donors, and we're gonna draw for one of these awesome hats.
Yeah, draw from one of these awesome hats.
Y'all are gonna get one of these awesome hats. The winner is going to get a
Hat and a Yang shirt.
spoiler alert. What he said. You're gonna get one of these awesome pink hats, courtesy of YangGangPinkHat.com, and you are also gonna get one of our new Broke Folk Boat t-shirts. Bling. So now we're gonna do our drawing. So y'all get over to the Patreon page. We're gonna have more. We're gonna have tiers coming out. Not these tiers, like levels.
They'll have different rewards for different levels.
All right. So now we are going to put these into a hat and draw the name out. Okay. We're gonna let little Yang Gang pull it out of the hat. Okay.
Okay.
You're only gonna pull one. Right? Who's
Ready?
Who have the fates decided? Pull one.
This
He
one.
can't read. He can't read, y'all, so it don't matter.
Not yet.
You got the one?
All right,
Is that
now
the winner?
let's open it up and see who won.
Number 2, Shin. I hope I said your name right. If I didn't, don't get mad at me. We're from the country. We're a little simple.
Oh.
So go ahead and send us a direct message so that we can get your address and send those out for you.
Got it?
Also, our donation links, all of them are in the description if you're looking for those. This is what we have right now for this month. This is what is left. And
That cryptocurrency that's coming in is really cool because it can actually gain in value.
Yep.
Shout out time. Shout out to Nerds for Yang. We appreciate the shout out that y'all gave us on your community page. They're trying to do something special over there at Nerds for Yang, so y'all go check them out. Great people over there. And shout out to your son who watches the show. I'm glad you like my accent. We call this straight country down here. My wife calls it mush mouth. So.
Oh, y'all, if you know where Andrew Yang is going to be for a rally or a meet and greet or anything like that, please comment or send us a message and let us know. 'Cause we're going to try to make it to every event that we can.
Every event that we can, Yang Gang. You saw how impressed he was that we were out in Portland, Oregon to support him, and we want to be able to bring y'all that coverage. And I wanted to say, you know, the reason that this channel and channels like Nerds for Yang and some other ones out there are so important and need your support so much is because these videos reach an exponential number of people. You know, whereas we may be only able to talk to 1 or 2 or 5 or 6, maybe even 10 people a day, when these videos get put out and people start watching them, it reaches an exponential number. So that's why this channel and channels like it are so valuable. So y'all get out there and y'all support this. We're gonna get Andrew Yang in the White House. One way or another, if we got to drag the orange man out kicking and screaming, we getting him in there. Let's go, Yang Gang.
So, enjoy this video of Andrew Yang.
Enjoy the video, y'all.
As if you bring a wave crashing down on our heads.
We are doing it.
We like.
You are getting and so if you want to help me you, then like vote me into office. Challenge fucking accepted!
Some light in our good community because we all know that this community needs more light shown on it because there's good things that's coming out of this area. It's not just what they say. We've got great products, we've got good schools, and we've got a great community. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce Mr. President, the next president, Andrew Yang.
Let's go, Yang Gang! Woo! Yes, sir.
So what we did to those jobs, we're going to do now to other jobs throughout the economy. How many of you have noticed stores closing around where you live, here in Hopkins or in Tennessee, or in other parts of the state? Now, why are those stores closing?
Amazon.
Amazon, that's right. Amazon's soaking up $20 billion in business every year and is now pushing 30% of American malls and stores to close. What is the most common job in the U.S. economy? It's still being a retail worker. The average retail worker is a 39-year-old woman making between $10 and $11 an hour. So if 30% of malls and stores close, what is that worker going to do? You know she doesn't have a lot in savings. Most Americans right now can't afford an unexpected $500 bill. Now, when you call a customer service line for a big company and you get that bot, you probably do the same thing I do, which is you pound 000 human. You try and get a human as fast as possible. Am I right? Raise your hand if that's what you do. Yes. But in about 2 or 3 years, when you call, the AI is going to be very, very human sounding. It's going to sound like, hey Andrew, how's it going? What can I do for you? And then it's going to satisfy your problems very, very quickly, and you're going to be happy with that experience. You might not even know it's AI. But what's that going to mean for the 2.5 million Americans who work in call centers right now who make $14 an hour? How many of you saw the recent Google AI demo where they had the software call and make appointments for you? So we are 2 to 3 years away from a massive disruption of those call centers. I was just with 70 CEOs in New York City, and I asked them how many of you are looking at having AI replace your back office workers in the thousands and tens of thousands? Guess how many hands went up out of 70? All 70, that's right. They all know. And I have to say, the way our system works is that if you can save a lot of money by replacing 1,000 workers with some software, you literally have to buy that software. You don't have a choice. If you don't buy that software, you can be fired because you're held accountable for trying to meet your quarterly profit goals every quarter. Driving a truck is the most common job in 29 states, including this one. How many of you all know a truck driver? How many of you are truck drivers? My friends in Silicon Valley are working on trucks and cars that can drive themselves. And the reason they're working on that problem so hard is that there's so much money in it. $168 billion a year in cost savings if you can figure out how to make trucks that drive themselves. And that's not just labor savings, that's equipment utilization, because a human-driven truck, like my friend's, he has to stop after 14 hours to go to sleep. His truck literally won't let him keep going after 14 hours. But the self-driving truck can just keep on going day and night. So this is why they're working on it so hard, but that's going to be a disaster for the 3.5 million truck drivers in this country and the 7 million Americans who work in truck stops, hotels, diners, and retail establishments that rely upon the truckers stopping. We are in the third inning of the greatest economic and technological transformation in the history of our country, what experts are calling the fourth industrial revolution. When's the last time you heard a politician say the word fourth industrial revolution? Never. This is the first time. And I'm barely a politician. So I spent the last 7 years I ran an organization that I'd started that helped create several thousand jobs around the country. In Birmingham, New Orleans, Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis. And I was getting awards and accolades for helping create these jobs, but I realized that my work was like pouring water into a bathtub that had a giant hole ripped in the bottom. And the water rushing out the bottom of that bathtub had led to Donald Trump winning. And then our country still could not reckon with what was going on. The explanations we got have literally been around everything but the automation of jobs. Who have we blamed instead for the economic problem? Workers, China, Russia, and immigrants. Unfortunately, we have scapegoated immigrants for something that immigrants have very little to do with. If you go to an Amazon fulfillment center, it is now wall-to-wall immigrants and wall-to-wall machines and robots.
Right.
So this is the truth of what's driving a lot of the economic in our country. And unfortunately, it's about to accelerate and take off. So I went to Washington, D.C. in 2017 and talked to people about what are we going to do about the fact that our country is going through the greatest economic transformation in our history, and we're not even acknowledging it. And what do you think the folks in D.C. said to me when I said, what are we going to do about it? Don't talk about it. Don't worry. Yeah, those three were right. Number one, we can't talk about that. Number two, we should study that. And number three, we need to educate and retrain Americans for the jobs of the future. Now, I studied economics in college, and my economics textbook said that if you have 4 million manufacturing workers lose their jobs, they will get retrained and reskilled for new jobs. But that is not what happens to the manufacturing workers in the Midwest and the South who lost their jobs over the last number of years. And one of the folks in D.C. said something to me that brought me here to you all in South Carolina this beautiful Saturday afternoon. He said, Andrew, you're in the wrong town. No one here in Washington, D.C. will do anything about this set of problems because this town is not a town of leaders, this is a town of followers. And the only way we in Washington, D.C. will do anything about it is if you create a wave in other parts of the country and bring that wave crashing down on our heads. And I heard this and I said to myself at the time, challenge accepted. I can do that. And so that's why I started running for president in 2018, and as I'm here with you, I am one of 11 candidates who is qualified for the Democratic primary debates.
Woo! Let's go, baby!
It came out of nowhere. I qualified for the debates not just on the basis of individual donations. We raised over $3 million, and increments of only $19 each. So I joke, my fans are even cheaper than Bernie's.
That's right.
No one thought that was possible either. Well, we raised over $3 million in increments of only $19 each. So we satisfy the polling requirement, we satisfy the donation requirement and the polling requirement. Polling is about between 1% and 3%, depending upon the poll. And an analyst looked at these numbers and said, wait a minute, this doesn't quite add up. That Andrew could be polling at 3%, raised over $3 million, and his name recognition is lower than everyone else's. And so that's the magic. This analyst, Nate Silver, said, according to these numbers, we can't rule out the possibility that as Andrew's campaign gains awareness of the American public, his campaign's just going to grow and grow and grow, and he's going to win the whole thing.
Yang gang, baby, yang gang.
I know it does not feel like it. I know we're here in this field and we think, hey, we're here in South Carolina and there are these giant machines that are going on. And our government has been overrun by corporate interests and money interests, all of which is true. But you have much more power than you know. I am not the first presidential candidate. I'm not the last presidential. Am I the first presidential candidate? Apparently in this field.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But I am not the last because the presidential candidates are all going to come down here to South Carolina. You all are one of the earliest voting states, and this state is going to help determine the future of the country. Now, if you're here today, what is the vision that we need to take to the rest of the country? If you're here in this field, you've probably heard that there's an Asian man running for president who wants to give everyone $1,000 a month. Am I right?
That's right.
Like that.
And all those things are true.
Good to
Well, what
me.
starts out as something that seems very dramatic, this is actually very mainstream American wisdom over the years. Thomas Paine was for it at the founding of the country. He called it the citizen's dividend. Martin Luther King, whose birthday we celebrate every year, championed it in 1967, and it was what he was fighting for every day the year he was assassinated in 1968. He called it the guaranteed minimum income. And his book, Chaos or Community, goes into detail of the fact that this is where we need to go as a country. Milton Friedman and 1,000 economists signed a study saying this would be tremendous for America, and it was so mainstream it passed the U.S. House of Representatives twice in 1971 under Richard Nixon. It's called the Family Assistance Plan. It came this close to being law. So what I'm here presenting to you all actually came this close to being law in 1971. And 11 years later, one state actually passed the dividend where now everyone in that state gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year. No questions asked. And what state is that?
Alaska.
And how do they fund it?
Oil.
And what is the oil of the 21st century?
Technology.
Technology, that's right. What they're doing with oil money in Alaska, we can do with technology money for the people here in South Carolina. Oh, yes. You got one. The country. Now, we talked about how Amazon's soaking up 30% of your retail stores. How much did Amazon pay in taxes last year?
0.
Yeah, Amazon paid less in taxes than everyone here. And that's not unusual for them. It's actually normal for them to pay 0 taxes. Their lifetime tax rate is only 3%. So you have to look around and say, okay, if a $1 trillion tech company is paying 0 in taxes, that's probably not what we need if we're going to be spreading the bounty from artificial intelligence and all these new technologies to our citizens. If we put a tax in place that harnesses all of the Amazon sales and Google searches and Facebook ads, we can easily pay for a $1,000 dividend for every American adult, particularly because that money would not go anywhere. After I'm president, thanks to you all, thank you South Carolina.
Woo!
After I'm president, we pass this dividend. Where is the money going to go? How are you going to spend it?
In the community. School.
Yeah, in the community, locally, it's going to go to car repairs that we're putting off, insurance for your kids, and trips to the hardware store, and healthcare, and tuition bills. It's going to go to the things you're spending money on right now, and most of it's going to stay right here in your community. Am I right? Yes. There's more business at that food truck. Probably more barbecues here in the money would circulate over and over again. This is the trickle-up economy from people and families and communities up. You're the consumer economy line, about 12%. You're creating 2 million new jobs. And as a parent, it would make kids stronger, healthier, better nourished, better educated, mentally healthier, less stress, and more focus on the future. This is something we can make happen very, very quickly. There's nothing stopping the majority of citizens in a democracy from declaring ourselves independent. So this is a vision we need to take to the rest of the country. And I talk a lot about my family. My wife actually is on a plane right now to South Carolina. Because it's one of the only ways you can actually spend time with your family as a presidential candidate. You just kind of bring your family to you sometimes. Sometimes you get to go home, but sometimes you bring your family to you. My wife has been at home for the last number of years with our two boys, one of whom is autistic. What does GDP calculate her work to be valued at?
0.
What does the market value her work at?
0.
And we know that that's the opposite of the truth. We know the work she's doing is some of the most vital and challenging work that anyone's going to do. So we need to actually start measuring the things that are important to us. GDP is at a record high. Meanwhile, our life expectancy has declined for the last 3 years because of drug overdoses and suicides, both hitting record levels and overtaking vehicle deaths for the first time in American history. You know the last time that America's life expectancy declined for 3 years in a row?
1918.
The Spanish flu of 1918. It is highly unusual for life expectancy to decline in a developed country once, because ordinarily we get richer, more prosperous, and people live longer. It is unheard of for it to happen 3 years in a row. It has not happened in the United States in 100 years since the Spanish flu. So when people are cheerleading this record GDP numbers, what does it matter if people are dying younger and we have this mental health crisis in terms of anxiety, depression, emotional problems? All of those measurements show that we're in deep distress, that we're in deep pain. So what we have to do is we have to actually make how our kids are doing, our mental health, our health and life expectancy, how clean our air and water are. We have to turn those into the new measurements of the economy. And as your president, I will go to the Bureau of Economic Analysis and I will say to them, hey, GDP, kind of old and out of date, hasn't been updated in almost 100 years. We're now going to update it, and then I'm going to present to you all, the people of South Carolina and the people of America, how we are doing on those measurements every year at the State of the Union. I'm going to be the first president to use a PowerPoint at the State of the Union. How does that sound, South Carolina? If you have the wrong measurements, you will never make progress. We're following the wrong numbers. We're following GDP, which is increasingly unrelated to how we are doing. Stock market growth, which corresponds to the fortunes of the top 20% of Americans. The bottom 80% of Americans own 8% of stock market wealth, and the bottom 50% own essentially 0. And then the third number we're cheerleading is headline unemployment rate, which people will tell you is at a multi-decade low, so everyone should be happy. But what they don't tell you is that our labor participation rate is at 63%, the same levels as Ecuador and Costa Rica, and close to a multi-decade low. And then 94% of the new jobs created in this country are temporary gig or contract jobs that don't have benefits. And so many Americans, including here in South Carolina, have to do 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. But none of that shows up in the headline unemployment stat. So if you have this feeling that these numbers do not correspond to how you are doing, how people in your community are doing, you are exactly right. And so we need to update the numbers, be honest with ourselves about how we are doing, and then try and strengthen our communities from the ground up. So these are the main ideas of my presidential campaign. And I have to say, we are catching fire. Going from a total unknown to making the debates and polling at 3% has been an incredible journey. But you haven't seen anything yet, because we are already peeling off thousands of Trump supporters.
Yeah. That's right.
Independents, libertarians, people who've never been concerned about politics before, as well as Democrats and progressives. I can build a much bigger and broader coalition to take on Donald Trump in 2020 than any of the other Democratic candidates.
Forward, baby.
Because it's not left, it's not right, it's forward. And that's where we have to go in 2020. And that's where you're going to take us, South Carolina. You're going to take this whole country forward.
That's right.
So Donald Trump's our president today because he got the problems essentially right. Now, he said, make America great again. And then what was the Democratic response in 2016?
We're doing fine. That's the deplorables.
America's already doing great. And we lost because America was actually not doing great. And so we have to solve the problems that Donald Trump did point out, but unfortunately his solutions are the opposite of what we need. His solutions are to build a wall, to turn the clock back, to bring back the jobs. We have to turn the clock forward. We have to accelerate to start addressing the realities of the economy of the 21st century. And I am the man for that job because the opposite of Donald Trump is an Asian man who likes math. What does math stand for?
Make America think harder.
Make America think harder. Because we're in this intimate group, but it's an incredible journey. If you haven't seen anything yet, we're going to win this whole thing. All right, I got a couple of questions about freedom dividend. So, one question was, how does that impact the middle class? So the great thing is, if you put $12,000 a month into people's hands, let's say there are 2 adults in a household, $24,000. And so that ends up lowering income inequality and putting money directly into our hands where we need it. And so by the numbers, it actually increases the size of the middle class significantly. Because what's happening right now is that we're emptying out the middle class in this country. The economy has become very split, divergent, where you have a handful of people at the very top and then more and more Americans toward the bottom. It's what's called a winner-take-all economy. And so if you have this dividend of $1,000 a month that ends up making many, many more Americans in the middle class, and then putting that buying power in our hands so that businesses and our politicians can be more responsive. Because unfortunately in this country, money talks. The easiest way to solve the problem is put the money in our hands, and then we can talk with our money. And it's our money anyway. We're all citizens and owners and shareholders of the richest country in the history of the world. This country goes for $20 billion to afford $1,000 dividend for each American adult, because that money was just circulating over and over again in our economy. So the question is, how long would we stay in Iraq and Afghanistan? I would try and get us out as soon as possible, as long as we're being responsible to the folks. Other than that, we should get out as soon as possible. Because if you look at our history there, we spent over $2 trillion, lost thousands of lives, and we have many veterans here, so thank you for your service protecting the country. But the benefits of it is somewhat unclear for a lot of the recent interventions we've had, so I would get us out as soon as possible. Now, so the questions about K through 12 education, and I have very strong feelings about a lot of this. So, one of the main problems we have in this country is that college has gotten 2.5 times more expensive over the last number of years, even though it has not actually changed in quality. It's just gotten more expensive. Now, on top of college getting more expensive, we have then oversold college to young people, where we've said, hey, even though it's crazy expensive, you need to go. And we've undersold apprenticeships, vocational school and training, and direct pipelines to employment, essentially trade schools. 6% of American high school seniors are in trade school or in technical track. In Germany, that percentage is 59%. Think about that gulf. 6% in the U.S., 59% in Germany. And there are millions of those jobs that are going unfilled right now in the U.S. That would be very, very positive, stable, lucrative positions. And you know I'm concerned about automation and technology. It is much harder to automate a plumbing job or an electrician job or a line repair job than it is a bookkeeping or accounting job or an insurance agent job, and on and on. So what we have to do is we have to try and channel more of our young people to technical training and vocational and trades at the high school level. We also have to stop pretending that everyone's going to go to college, because right now only 33% of Americans are going to go to college. So high schools, instead of trying to be a college preparation for everyone, should start being more realistic and say, hey, a lot of you aren't going to go to subject in college. So why are we trying to train you for these tests that are meant to be college readiness? We should try and make K-12 much more relevant for young people in terms of financial literacy, positive psychology and relationships. Essentially things that would make young people interested in going to school. Because right now young people have this sinking feeling that we're having them jump through hoops that have very, very little relationship to what they're going to need in the real world. Because our curriculum has not changed much, even though technology has. Like, young people are smart. They know they can just look stuff up on their smartphone now. So then having them memorize all this stuff, they're like, why am I memorizing all of this stuff? So there are a few things we need to do with K-12. But we also do need to try and get the cost of college down and not tell people that college is for everyone. So William's question is such an important one. It's how can we get corporate money out of politics? Because you all feel like government's unresponsive to you. Yep. And it is unresponsive to you. I've been to DC and holy cow, that place has been overrun by money to the highest degree possible. Oh, yeah. So here's my plan to wash the money out. As president, I will pass a Democracy Dollars Act, which will put $100 into the hands of every American citizen that you can give to your favorite political campaign or candidate. And by the numbers, this would make it so that you all have 5 times more money than all the lobbyists combined. Because as someone who's running for president, I have to tell you the truth. If I go get 1,000 people behind me, I then have to go somewhere else for the money. And so what's happening to your politicians right now is they respond to the folks who have the money, the rich companies and the rich individuals. So if you all had $100 and someone gets 1,000 of you behind them, let's call him Jermaine. Where's Jermaine at? Jermaine's attending to business, but just getting food. So if Jermaine gets 1,000 people behind him, that gives him $100,000. And then about some rich company being like, hey, I've got $10,000 for you, Jermaine will be like, I don't care about your $10,000. I've got the 100,000 from the people. So that's the best way we can reclaim our democracy, is by putting the money back in our hands. We can try and overturn Citizens United and get corporate money out of politics, but we all know that there are going to be limits to whatever we do, because the rich companies and rich individuals are always going to find a way to try and pull the levers. The best way to counteract it is just by washing the money out, by flooding the system with our money. And who can go against this? If you're in a democracy, it's like, who would you rather listen to, the people or the companies? We can make it so that our legislators have to listen to people again. Calling rich people for money. It's my least favorite thing. So thank you, Yang Gang, for making it so I don't have to do that.
Don't look at my hair. What's my
He loves it.
Hey, communities. At the beginning of these videos, so we're gonna try out a new segment at the beginning.
What's the name of this?
Yang Yang.
Oh! As you can see, my phone just hit the concrete. But now we're back.
Gang gang, so you got this and then these number.
Oh gosh.
Oh, coffee.
Alright. Bug. Big bug. Big bug.
Attack.
Yummy, 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 yummy.